Let me try this next. First round. The Battle of Harlem. I can replay a mission anytime.
Good news, friends. My sources say underground activity has subsided significantly, and the Tinkerer is officially presumed dead. We survived the storm of the century, and our wounds are healing. But New Yorkers must remain ever vigilant.
This plaza and the blocks around it are alive with sound. What you're looking for is light, distinct.
Light, huh? Okay. Yeah, wind chimes. Sounds good.
This plaza is where I had my first job. I was fresh out of high school then.
Suits. Go back to this one.
Didn't have the gear or the mask. Guy paid me to mug his boss. Rough him up, take everything in his wallet. Your dad found out. He stood under those wind chimes yelling at me for an hour. He never told our folks. He made me promise I'd stop stealing. Wish I kept my word. You deserve better.
I wish you had too. Maybe you and Dad would have stayed close. And you and I would be okay too.
From the bottom. Harlem.
Yankee, talk to me. How's the evacuation going? Fast.
What happens if I just abandon mission? First one. Missions. Go back to help. Won't be doing that. Replay mission now. Edit. No, them sandwiches in the fridge. They're for tomorrow, aren't they? Just checking. Marales Chelsea Fera.
Middle school graduation was bittersweet. Finn went to Midtown High, but I got into Brooklyn Visions. Said we stay in touch, but man, high school's like a whole new world. Man, we flew down the street after we tricked out these skates. Got this on a field trip to a Wakandan design. We always wonder what stuff like Thor's hammer was made of. Got the tour Oscorp in 8th grade. Finn was way skeptical. Said that they were gonna destroy New York one day. Devil's breath almost proved her right. After we won that Science Center Mom made this piquet Ha! After seeing it in the Olympics, Finn upgraded her swim goggles. Finn loved these scratch art. We gave copies of our keys. Finn was always checking concert tickets. Oh, football league.
Scavenger hunt seemed like a fun way to celebrate 16. Tour down memory lane. Remember that summer you and Finn forced me to take you to the museum every weekend? Here's a secret. I love those trips. Used to be I felt guilty you didn't have any siblings. Things with your uncle are tough now, but I would have never made it to 18 without him. Anytime I'd see you with Finn, I'd feel less guilty. You have a sister. Her. With Finn, and now Genki, you'll always have family in your life. Love you lots, big man. See you at the next clue.
They tried. They tried to silence me. Tried to kill me. Who? Whoever engineered Rhino's escape and sent him careening through my studio right in the middle of recording my charity Christmas special. Think of the children. And think of me. Because J. Jonah Jameson refuses to be silenced. So in my tireless mission to bring you just the facts, I'm holding my nose. And broadcasting from my producer Jared's disgusting hovel of a studio apartment that he shares with... how many others? 5? Good Lord, Jared, when I was your age, I owned a 2-bedroom on the Upper West Side. Your generation. I swear. Anyway, if you are wondering who arranged Rhino's escape and pointed him right at your favorite truth speaker, witnesses on the ground are saying both Spider-Men showed up at the exact moment Rhino broke free. Coincidence? I think not. Ho, ho, ho! We've got our first caller coming down the chimney. You're live and festive on Just the Facts with J. Jonah Jameson.
Season's greetings, Jonah. I just want to get your thoughts on Roxxon's new development in Harlem. Great for jobs, or just wiping out small businesses?
So glad you asked, caller. Without question, Roxxon Plaza is American ingenuity at its finest. Green energy for the tree huggers, groundbreaking new tech for Wall Street, and jobs for the locals. Look, we faced a terrible tragedy with last year's Devil's Breath crisis. It's taken time to rebuild. But Roxxon stepped up to the plate, invested millions creating a state-of-the-art facility in a neighborhood that, let's face it, wasn't exactly booming. The way I see it, Roxxon Plaza's a Christmas gift for the people of Harlem and all of New York. I understand some folks fear change, but it's a good thing. Take it from J. Jonah Jameson. Jared, not 3 sugars, not 1 sugar! Tahoo sugars! For 40 years, it's been Tahoo sugars! Never do this to me again! Now, I know many of you brushheads love to listen to this show on your subway commute. I personally do my best to avoid setting foot in those feces-infested death tubes. But Jared informs me that a major outage recently stopped all trains going through Harlem. I'm happy to report that service to the area has since been fully restored, but it should come as no surprise to learn that the new Spider-Man was seen futzing with transit authority equipment during the outage. Now I can already hear the zealots among you whining through your phones, but Jonah, obviously Spider-Man fixed the problem. Blah, 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 blah. Let's just stop right there and unpack that. Why would a guy who can swing through the skies and ignore Manhattan gridlock entirely need to even think about what's going on with the subway? If you just follow the threads, they take you right to the inevitable destination, the corner of Spider-Man Street and Menace Avenue. Friends, today I'm gonna have to be the disappointed parent. Not because of Jared. Merry Christmas! Despite Spider-Man and his sidekick's best attempt to ruin the holidays, I'm here to unwrap the best present you'll get all day. Me, J. Jonah Jameson. Now isn't that better than an overweight septuagenarian breaking into your home? Caller lines are open, so dial in and spend the Yuletide with Santa Jonah, ho ho ho, as I sip on this hot Wait a minute. Jared, where are my marshmallows? Out? How could they be out? Ugh. Friends, the war on Christmas is brutal and relentless, but we soldier on. Call now. Folks, here we are again. A major disaster in our city. Explosions, a bridge collapse, weapons discharged amid rush hour traffic. Thank heaven no lives were lost. But we can't be that lucky every time. What if this attack had happened a few days later, during the so-called storm of the century the 5 o'clock news won't stop jabbering about? From disaster to bedlam in a snap. Now there's plenty of blame to go around, including to these underground thugs. That being said, it'd be a dereliction of my duty if I didn't point out that the Underground's attack was little more than an armored car heist until Spider-Man's bratty little sidekick showed up and tried to handle things, all on his own. What happened next? He made things worse. This new kid wants to be Spider-Man? Well, he sure is living up to the name. Speaking of which, anyone notice that the original Spider-Man hasn't been seen lately? I think I know why. He's like the parent pretending that the kid melting down in the cereal aisle isn't theirs. But we know the apple doesn't fall far from the web. We know it. You're the apple, Spider-Man. Friends, today I'm gonna have to be the disappointed parent. Not because of Jared. He's actually doing a fine job for a change. No, I'm disappointed that once again, some of you have allowed yourselves to be convinced that it's okay for a complete stranger with zero legal authority to parade around in a Halloween costume pretending to be some kind of savior. And once again, that misplaced faith has resulted in an unimaginable disaster. The truth is, it doesn't matter if you think Spider-Man is good. It doesn't even matter if he thinks he's good. What matters is that every time something gets destroyed in this city, he's there. Or now, his protege is. Ask yourselves, with all these crises we faced, can we really afford to deal with twice as many? And where will it all end? Spider-Woman? Spider-Punk? Spider pig? Oh! While I vomit at that thought, enjoy these important messages from our fine sponsors. Oh! Today I have the honor of welcoming Roxxon Energy's head of R&D, Simon Krieger. Mr. Krieger, you've been out promoting the benefits of your new form reactors, the first of which is set to open in Harlem soon. Yet, you've had some critics.
Well, first off, Jonah, let me say what an honor and a pleasure it is to be on your show.
Oh, well, I'm blushing.
And yeah, you're right. We've had some resistance, most notably from Rio Morales, who looks to be a new city council member in the upcoming special election. And I have a lot of respect for Miss Morales. She's smart. She's a great role model for young women, but I think she's putting her energy in the wrong place. Our new form reactors will make this a better city, a better home for New Yorkers. But I guess some people just have a hard time with change.
Let me give you some advice. One highly successful man to another. You know what I like to say to my critics? You and the horse you rode in on!
Well, okay, I admire your conviction. You're a man who's not afraid to pay a fine in order to make your point.
Fine. What do you mean? Jared, how much? Do your editing thing, quick! You all remember Wilson Fisk, don't you? The so-called kingpin of crime? I'm told he's getting 5-star treatment in his cell, which is nicer than Jared's apartment, while his shark lawyers appeal his conviction. But it seems there may be some justice in the world after all, because a new Daily Bugle expose reveals that his now dilapidated Fisk Tower, which is scheduled for demolition in the new year, has been taken over by squatters. And isn't it just perfect karma that this garish monument to the ego of a guy who always felt he was above the law has been overrun by a bunch of freeloading bums? Next thing you know, Spider-Man will turn the joint into his personal headquarters. So how does it feel to be hoisted on your own petard, Wilson? No, Jared, that is not an obscenity. Read a book! Stop me if you've heard this before. Spider-Man chases villain through city. Millions of dollars of property damage follow. We're still tallying up the damage from Rhino's rampage, then the bridge disaster. And now it seems the Junior Menace decided to go for the hat trick with his new frenemy, the Tinkerer. I say those two should get a room, preferably a prison cell, and hash out their differences in private, somewhere very, very far from New York. And I don't just mean Jersey. I'm talking Oregon or even Alaska. Then maybe I could have one peaceful night at home watching the Great Wakandan Cook-Off without getting interrupted by my fire escape being torn off the side of my building. Darn it, that reminds me. Jared, did you set my DVR? Batten down the hatches, folks. The long presaged storm of the century, one heck of a blizzard, is blowing in. Make sure you're stocked up on supplies. My loyal listeners will already have plenty of Jameson's jerky, guaranteed to last longer than radioactive fallout. Meanwhile, if you're planning on taking the in-laws to visit Trinity Church, I got some bad news. Parts of this sacred local landmark are now rubble, following yet another
Yeah,
skirmish involving Spider-Man
I
and the
finished the whole
Tinkerer.
game now.
Thankfully, Roxxon was able to secure the scene quickly. The current whereabouts of either masked menace are unclear. But right now, that's secondary
It's
to the
not funny,
fact
is it?
that Roxxon has
I don't know what's
generously
happened.
offered to pick up the cost of Trinity's restoration, even though the
Hey,
damage was caused through
come
no
here with me.
fault of their own. That's the kind of selfless giving we need more of this time of year, folks. Roxxon just made my nice list. I'll give you 3 guesses who's on the naughty list. And they all start with Spider, and end in Man.
I need you to do me a favour. I needed to hold that like that. No, no, no. Nope, get down. Let's wait. Until you get a new headset. Hey. Headset on, just came down with Bluetooth on. Dumb bastard. Marales, no. You were broke anyway, weren't they, son? Let me get my spare ones for now. No way. Wait. I'll buy some new ones. I'm going to check if it worked first. Also, no Marvel Spider-Man Remastered. Yeah. 20 quid. No.
Batten down the hatches, folks. The long presaged.
What the?
Oh, cheeky bastard.
Batten down the hatches, folks. Today I have the honor of welcoming Roxanne. You all remember. Batten down the hatches, folks. The long presaged storm of the century, one heck of a blizzard, is blowing in. Make sure you're stocked up on supplies. My loyal listeners will already have plenty of Jameson's jerky, guaranteed to last longer than radioactive fallout. Meanwhile, if you're planning on taking the in-laws to visit Trinity Church, I got some bad news. Parts of this sacred local landmark are now rubble following yet another skirmish involving Spider-Man and the Tinkerer. Thankfully, Roxanne was able to secure the scene quickly. The current whereabouts of either... Listeners, you all know that I pride myself on truth, integrity, and facts. I've been tough on this new Spider-Man since the disaster on Braithwaite Bridge. For good reason. The kid screwed things up so bad, even the original model would have blushed redder than his costume. The classic one, not that ugly new thing. But today, I must also acknowledge that the city is rallying around this youngster and proclaiming him a hero. With an unstable energy source on the verge of wiping Harlem off the map, this youthful Spider-Man reportedly stepped in and saved lives. Or at least that's what his supporters want us to think. The real truth is that none of this would have happened if he hadn't donned a ridiculous suit and started swinging willy-nilly around the city, performing reckless acts of violence. Hero? Listeners, you will... On this very special episode, I'm joined by newly elected Councilwoman Rio Morales of Harlem, who has been instrumental in the effort to scale back Roxxon's expansion plans following the revelations that they endangered New Yorkers with their highly unstable energy source, Nuform. Welcome, Councilwoman.
Thanks for having me, Mr. Jameson. I have to say, I was surprised when you reached out to my office.
My producer, Jared, was insistent that we have you on. Something about needing to broaden our demographics, especially after your recent appearance on another, much less popular show.
Oh, yeah. Danica Hart was wonderful.
My listeners would like to know, how do you plan to bring prosperity to your community? I think I speak for everyone when I say it's an area that has struggled for quite some time.
True prosperity isn't brought in from outside by huge faceless corporations. It comes from sustained investment in the people that make our community so special. It's true that folks here have struggled, but that's only because they've lacked advocates in City Hall. I will be their voice. And my hope is with that support, the city and the world will see that we're a vibrant area full of brilliant artists, kind people, and now, even our very own man.
About that, you are now a publicly elected official. You are obligated to serve according to a constitution, laws, and time-tested ethical requirements, which I'm sure you respect. How can you reconcile that responsibility with your support of a vigilante who isn't bound by any of the same safeguards?
Spider-Man is not our enemy. He's a New Yorker like the rest of us, and he's just trying to do what's right. And if you ask me, he couldn't be doing a better job. That
Hi
doesn't replace
everyone,
my
I'm
obligations
Samuel.
to my
Welcome
community,
to life.
nor
Just
anyone else's who serves
starting
in a
things
public
up with
role.
these stuff.
But I do sleep easier every night knowing that he's out there, helping us all pick up the slack.
I'm happy to spend all day arguing why that sleep could easily become a nightmare. But we're out of time. And your approval polls
Marvel
are very
Spider-Man
high.
2 is next,
So I'll
guys,
just
by the
say
way.
thank you, Councilwoman.
And
Jared will be sending you some
and
lovely
remaster
parting
of the
gifts,
first one.
including my J. Jonah Java, the decaf substitute doctors like mine are insisting their patients of a certain age drink. If you down it fast, you almost believe it's real coffee. Jameson out. Friends, small businesses are the backbone of America, and they have no greater champion than J. Jonah Jameson. But they have an enemy, too, Spider-Man. Apparently, he's been disrupting their supply chains in Harlem. Here to tell us about it is the proprietor of local restaurant Panafuerte. Buenvenidos, Camila.
Gracias, Senor Jameson, but there's been a misunderstanding. Spider-Man stopped the punks who were robbing us. I think your producer got confused. He kept wanting to talk to me in Spanish. Don't ask me why.
Jared's taking a course, which he's clearly gonna fail. But having a Spider-Man in your neighborhood, fighting criminals in the streets, that can't be good for business.
Actually, it's great. We got tourists coming in, hoping to see him. And when something gets damaged, my husband fixes it. His name's Jesus. He's a contractor. His business is called Y'all Meet Jesus. Anything gets messed up, he's your guy.
Thank you.
Welcome to life.
I think we can all use Jesus right about now. Especially Jared, as soon as we cut to commercial. I said cut to commercial. Take your medicine like a man. Folks, the Feast Centers have had a rough go ever since their founder, Martin Lee, turned out to be the mad bomber known as Mr. Negative. But I believe in the Feast Centers because I knew May Parker. the brave woman who literally gave her life to keep them going. So I was distressed to hear the Harlem branch recently suffered a damaging flood. With us is Gloria, director of that center.
Yeah, thanks. Anyone who wants to donate to the cleanup, check out our website. It's tax deductible.
Wonderful. I'm donating 10% of my paycheck for this week, and half of Jared's. Now, I'm hearing Spider-Man may have been responsible for the flood.
No way. Someone was responsible, but it wasn't Spider-Man. Follow the money. Who benefits from lower property values?
And I'm going to stop you there, because we have a strict policy of not saying anything that will get me sued. Incidentally, I'm pretty sure Spider-Man can't afford lawyers.
It wasn't Spider-Man.
Hey,
We're
welcome
out
to
of
life.
time. Thanks so much for joining us, Gloria.
Hi, Pam.
And remember, everyone,
It's
if
Samuel
you want to
Fred.
be a real hero,
I'm Samuel.
not
Stop
like a certain
trolling me
masked
now.
menace, donate to Feast. Jared, cut
You
her off
what?
before I end up in the poorhouse.
They're working, yeah.
Today, I want to address some rumors making the rounds of the pool halls and sleazy bars. Supposedly, Wilson Fisk has been trying to destabilize Harlem in order to make it cheaper
Oh, sorry, Samuel.
for him to acquire properties. All from behind bars. Now, you all know my distaste for conspiracy theories. If there's proof, I will be the first to condemn malfeasance. But until that happens, it is poisonous, irresponsible, and wrong to repeat such baseless and inflammatory claims. That's the kind of behavior I'd expect from someone like Spider-Man, who several people have told me enjoys.
Did you receive that letter, Samuel?
What
Because
letter?
it creates
What
more
letter?
crime and thus more opportunities for him to make himself look good. So, let's be careful what we say and stick to the facts. Okay, people? Folks, I've heard differing opinions from my discerning listeners about Roxxon's security force. On the one hand, and this is fair, there are some of the same concerns I have.
Your universal credit has been suspended.
Yeah, liar.
Officers and do not answer to the same standards. On the other hand, Roxxon has every right to protect its property and interests. And many of the skirmishes people are concerned about started because Spider-Man broke and entered into Roxxon's places of business. Now, I'm told these incidents...
And we have also suspended your dad's house and benefits.
A stranger
No,
in a
you
skin-tight
haven't.
suit burst into
Cause
your
that's
bedroom
fake.
at night. What would you do? Nope, no, wait, that was rhetorical. Jared, shut down the comments. You people are sick.
Because you're just a liar.
Good news, friends. My sources say underground activity has subsided significantly, and the Tinkerer is officially presumed dead. We survived the storm of the century.
Sponge.
And our wounds are healing. But New Yorkers must remain ever vigilant. This is the greatest city on
Ugly Sponge.
which means there will always be lunatics trying to make a name for themselves by disrupting the tranquility of our daily lives. 1 minute you're washing down a delicious everything bagel with a fresh cup of Pana Fuerte coffee. The next minute, not one, but two masked menaces run by your window, and you discover the hard way that scalding hot is great in the cup, but agony in your pants. Well, I, for one, pledge to continue rallying the public against such crises and anything worse that may yet come. After much reflection...
Hey friends, thank you so much for telling people about this podcast. We've jumped the charts from 136 to 87. Wow. Okay, moving on. Today I'm doing a quick cast before I head downtown for my citizenship test, and I'm answering fan DMs. First one, where are you from, Danica? Well, I was born in Fuzhou, China, but we came to New York when I was 6. Next question, what kind of mic do you use? Purple one? I'm just kidding. The link's on my blog. Okay, question 3. What's the point of your podcast? Okay, so once a week, I get coffee with my friend, a journalist turned lobbyist. We talk about the news, and while we don't always agree, having to defend what I think makes me prep better. It keeps me informed and gives me a chance to revise my gut reactions. So I thought, what if everybody had that friend? What if I could be that friend for them? That's why I'm here. Ooh, and I should head to the subway. Thanks for listening, and remember that being overly familiar on social media is not cool. Okay, bye! Hello, this is the Danicast with Danica Hart, where we talk about the news without screaming at clouds. Let's start with the most obvious news. Prison break! Wait, that's not the right tone. Let me try again. Prison break. Okay, so police were transferring prisoners back to the raft. They tried to break out. The Spider-Men stopped them. We all know that much. But here's something weird, okay? Police say Alexei Sitsievich, aka Rhino, has been transferred to a more secure, privatized form of work release. What the heck does that mean? No one will say, so I'm gonna keep digging. Although if it means Rhino is being held somewhere more secure than the raft, I guess that's good news. Till next time, if you're walking on a busy sidewalk, step to the side if you're staring at your phone or need to slow down, or I will run you over. Just kidding. Mostly. Okay, bye! Hey, Danicast fans. You ever hear a story that you just can't get out of your head? Maybe it's a scene from a movie, a headline you read on the back of someone else's newspaper, or your friend's play-by-play of a no-good, very bad date. Well, for me, that story is the underground. Who are they? What do they want? What's infuriating is that the question is so simple, but it seems impossible to answer. They steal, hurt, kidnap, and harass. They hit businesses and crime families alike. They have next-level technology and a grudge against everyone. I'm gonna keep looking into them, and if you have a tip, please send it my way. Until next time, remember not to put your coffee grounds in the garbage disposal, or they'll clog up your drain, like real bad. Okay, bye! Hey, Danicasters! A lot of you have questions about Roxxon, such as, who are they? And why do they suck so much? So let me give you a quick rundown. Simon Krieger took over after inventing Newform, Roxxon's super secret fuel source. He shifted the company's focus to power, and now he's trying to build Newform reactors around the city, starting in Harlem. Caught up? Cool. Now here's the problem. Newform has not been vetted by anyone. No government agency, no council of medical professionals, nada. Zilch. Roxxon claims Newform is a corporate secret and doesn't want to give up the goods for review. Well, too bad, buddy. People need to know it's safe before they put it in their light bulbs. Have more questions? DM me. Until next time, remember to drink 8 8-ounce glasses of water per day to keep you nice and hydrated. Okay, bye! Hello, friends, and City Council in the special election. So today, I'm interviewing her. For real! Thank you for being on, Miss Morales.
Thank you for inviting me. I absolutely love your show.
Aw, thanks. So you're running against the incumbent in your district. How do you think you can do better?
Unlike my opponent, I live in the district, and I listen to the people who call it home. I want Harlem to be as vibrant and safe as it was while I was growing up here. Roxanne Plaza was built on the current leadership's watch. That alone should make anyone think twice about voting for him.
We agree on that. Switching gears a bit, you're a full-time science teacher. What made you want to jump into politics?
It's really about loving my home and wanting to fight for it. During Martin Lee's attack on City Hall, my husband gave his life to protect others. I want to honor his memory by fighting for my neighbors and friends the best way I know how.
Good luck in the polls, and thank you for being on the show. Dana fans, you can join an AMA with candidate Marales on my blog for the next hour. Until next time, remember to set 1 minute per hour aside for deep, meditative breathing. Helps you clear your head. Okay, bye! Hey, all. We're gonna be a little bit more serious today. If you were hurt in the Underground's attack on Roxanne Plaza, physically or emotionally, please get help. There's a list of resources on my blog. Switching topics, I'm pulling together an expose on the Underground, and I need your help. If you have any information you can share, it could help us shine a light on a group that needs to be taken down. Till next time, stay safe, and remember your mental health is just as important as your physical health. Goodbye. Hey all, we're gonna be.
Hello, friends, and welcome to the Danicast. You may have heard that I endorse candidate Rio Morales. Hey, Danicasters! A lot of you have questions about Roxxon, such. Hello, friends, and welcome to the Danicast.
Hey all, we're gonna.
Hey, my buds, my dudes, my gal pals. As if New York wasn't exciting enough during the holidays, there is now a tropical storm slash hurricane creeping its way up the coast. Oh, yeah, just like that movie where the boat gets flipped over by a big wave, you know? Oh, sorry, spoilers. Anyway, if this storm hits, a lot of people are gonna need help. So now's a great time to donate to your local shelter. Till next time, remember to check your credit score annually. You get one free report per year, so be responsible. Goodbye. Hey, friends. Apparently, Mr. Jameson heard that I'm, and I am quoting his producer here, a Spider-Man stan. So now he's demanding I debate him. Jameson is a trained debater, and he's an accomplished journalist. So even if I'm right, that doesn't mean I can win. Sometimes it's not about the truth, it's about being the one who talks the most, or the loudest. But look, this debate is going to happen. I couldn't live with myself if I didn't try, and hey, maybe we'll all learn something. Next week, I'll post an edited version of the debate with Triple J with the full transcript on my blog. But until then, remember to invest in blue light filters if screens give you headaches. Bye! Hello, friends! This is the Danicast with our debate.
That's your intro? Lame! We in the business call that burying the lead. Hype it up! Let me ask you something, Danny. Do you ever think about what you're inciting? About your journalistic integrity?
More than some.
Because your campaign against Roxxon is baffling to an actual journalist like myself. You should be attacking the young, unproved vigilante who keeps causing problems in Harlem.
What? You twist everything Spider-Man does into something malicious while simultaneously excusing everything Roxxon does wrong. All Spider-Man needs for you to support him is to get a better PR department.
The only problem Spider-Man fixes are the ones he causes. I won't praise the arsonist for putting out his fire. Meanwhile, Roxxon built a beautiful plaza in a failing neighborhood.
By tearing down homes and businesses, our new Spider-Man is proving that Harlem isn't the failure Roxxon makes it out to be. Hey, friends. Hey, Danicasters. Y'all, I want to say that it is a damn... Hey, friends. Some news. Feast North, the satellite branch in Harlem, is shutting down. Details on why are... Good news, friends. Feast North is back on its feet. Hey, Dana fans. You're tuning into my 4-part series, Underground Exposed. Well, hey, pod listeners. This episode is... Hey, Dana fans. Hey, friends, this is part of my series, Underground Exposed.
Benchmarks.
Hey, sorry. As far as I'm concerned.
Howdy, Miles. This challenge tests your point launch skills. Hit all the checkpoints before time runs out. Approach the prompt to begin. You got this.
Oh, I'm ready for this. Let's boogie.
How about some point launch practice? That's it. The point launch is an essential spider skill. When you got a motor, web swinging will get you there, but point launching will get you there now.
Halfway done. Keep it up.
Keep going. You're almost there. Had no doubt in my mind that you were going to be spectacular, Miles, and you delivered. Hit a point launch just right and you'll accelerate like crazy. Super helpful when chasing especially speedy pigeons. Not that I would know anything about that, of course.
Man, no shame in chasing Howard's pigeons. Little guys need love too.
Keep up the great work, and I'll see you at the next challenge.
Age 17. Place of birth. Age 17. Age 17. Age 18. About 42 years old. The fish one good. For one, name. Online. Accept. Accept. I want to check something.